Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Julie Mann, and I show people how they can live healthy, happy, sustainable lives by changing their habits and using cutting-edge products to help them age well. And I'm really excited because today I'm joined by Liza Lomax. And Liza works as a mind, body, and food coach. And today she's going to talk about building new healthy habits. So I'm going to hand straight over to you, Liza. Great to see you.
Great to see you. Yes. So before we get into building new habits, I kind of want to talk about habits in general, like how habits were formed. It's usually tied to something that's triggered by consistent repetition. So when a trigger happens, it's you have an automatic urge to carry out that action. So for example, it's like we wake up in the morning, we've triggered, we go take a shower, habit. When we go to work, trigger, we grab a coffee, habit. When we get stressed, trigger, you eat junk food, habit. Every day we go through kind of this constant state of things being triggered, followed by habits, and then they happen without us even noticing, like they're just automatic. So how do these habits form? They usually have it through consistent repetition over the years, over and over and over and over again. You know, at first they're a conscious effort but by the time they become more automatic, then they just hang out in our subconscious. So they just hang out there, wait for opportunities to rear its ugly head at us again and spew it back at us. So it's a constant loop, and what I like to call the hamster wheel. So we're constantly on the hamster wheel. And that encourages us to repeat that habit for a good length of time. So another example, if you're stressed, you eat junk food. You might feel short release, pleasure, satisfaction, whatever you want to call it at first. And if you're stressed and you stop yourself from eating junk food, you might remain stressed. So the body likes to take the path of least resistance. It likes to constantly aim for so it will constantly aim for that positive, causing us to repeatedly carry out that action when the trigger occurs. So this is why improving your health, your love for yourself consistently proves so difficult for us. How do we fix that? You know, by working with a coach, by working with somebody who knows how to reframe beliefs, habits, stories, by working with somebody who's been there, done that so many times over, somebody who has the experience and the expertise. I tell people all the time, you can't do this on your own. You need to have support. You need to have somebody in your corner. You need to have somebody who's been there, done that, has the expertise and the experience. So how to build a new habit? We need to differentiate between goals and habits. So goals are outcomes such as I want to get healthy. Habits are actions that we take to achieve that specific goal. For example, eating vegetables with every meal and exercising every day. Start with small changes. Make incremental changes towards the behavior you want, and then work your way up from there. Even if you improve at something only 1% every week, the chances are that it'll accumulate over the months and years, and that'll be massive for you. Update your environment. Make changes that encourage you to encourage the new habit and discourage the old unwanted habits. If you'd like to eat healthier, eat a bowl of fruit on the counter, keep a bowl of fruit on the counter in your kitchen. Put unhealthy snacks out of sight, or don't even bring them into the house at all. Tie in new habits with other activities. So tying in, like making a plan to use, like, after blank, I will blank. For example, after I eat this meal, I'll read for 5 minutes, or I'll meditate for 10 minutes, or I'll go for a walk, or I'll cuddle my fur baby or something. This is a simple way to remind your habit that remind your habit each day, and then we'll encourage that ever-going consistency. Some practice is better than no practice. So just doing anything. If you don't have the energy, the time, doing something to build the new habit, you're too tired for a long walk, Walk for only 5 minutes. You don't have to walk for 2 hours or walk for, a half hour or 30 minutes. 5 minutes is fine. 5 minutes is all it'll do is refresh you. So too busy to read, read one page. It's just taking little small steps. I'm all about baby steps, just taking one thing at a time. So it doesn't have to be huge. Tell somebody that you're starting a new habit. So like accountability. So doing this creates accountability and makes it more difficult to back out of your commitment. Also, once others know that you're working towards a goal, they may offer you a little bit more support and encouragement to set that new habit straight. Track your habit. I send out a habit tracker for my clients. Like if you've done X amount of days in a row, treat yourself to something non-food related. Keep a journal. You can keep a calendar. You can keep a spreadsheet. However you want to record it. Record your habit every time. Just writing it down. You can write a little check mark if you want to. Each check mark, and then so many times, then reward yourself. It can be a little satisfying, when we can record good behavior. It's like, what do we do in school when the teacher gave us a gold star, or we had like the grid, and we got to put the little stickers or something on there, and when we got a gold star, it meant like, we were the best, the student of the day or something like that. And think back at how that makes you feel. It makes you feel good, looking back at the hard work you put in. And plus it's motivating and it can keep that habit going. And then celebrate your successes. I am all about celebrating. Like every time I get on a call with a client, I say, what can we celebrate? Even if it's the littlest thing, the biggest thing, it doesn't matter. Whatever we can celebrate, let's celebrate. You woke up this morning, you got to take a shower, you took your vitamins, you breathed. I mean, it's like that can be a celebration. So healthy habits tend to have long-term benefits that will take time to kick in. So while you're waiting for these new habits to keep coming up and doing the new habits and going over and over and over again, give yourself that immediate small reward to sustain that motivation, and just to make sure that you don't contradict those goals that you were intending to set forth. So yeah, that's my take on building new habits. And yeah.
Excellent. Oh my goodness. I think we are never too old for a gold star. Liza,
Right.
are we?
Do you remember that? It's like, yes, it's like when you had these big, huge grids and you had all the kids' names on it, and like you'd put the little stickers on there, and then a teacher would give you a gold
many
star.
at school, but like I say, never too late. And I really love the fact that you've talked about, if you don't have the time that you'd really like to take going for a walk or doing some form of exercise or reading, then just take some small step. It really is what builds over time. That compound builds over time. And what you said about accountability, I think really when we want to make changes, we absolutely need someone to keep us accountable. So make sure that whoever that person is, they're not going to let you off the hook.
Right. I mean, and that's true. It's like, me personally, I'm dealing with that right now. So it's like, I spent a big chunk of my life not asking for help at all, and thinking that I can do it all on my own, and I have to do it all on my own. And I don't want to impose on anybody, and I don't want to be a burden to other people. And I'm just going to figure it out. And it's got me in a downward spiral so many times. And so I work on it on a daily basis, especially this weekend. I've had a little bit of a struggle just recently. So even as a coach, I struggle too. I'm a human. I'm in a human body, going through these human experiences. So, taking my own advice and to heart and be like, okay, yes, yeah, I do need help. And so I tell people that I'm like, you really can't do it on your own. And as much as you say that you can do it on your own, you can't, because where has it gotten you? You're still in the same space. So having accountability, having a coach, having somebody can get you through that stuff that you need to work through.
And it's so much more fun to be doing with someone else, or to be having that conversation with someone else. And I think you mentioned before, we're much less likely to let it's not like we're letting someone else down, but we probably, if we'd said it to someone, then we're much more likely to do it than perhaps if we said it to ourselves, because we often say stuff to ourselves and then we just ignore it. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Those brilliant tips. So I'm going to put all your links below this video, so everyone please check Liza out, and everything will be there, as will my link. So just want to say thank you so much, Liza, for talking to us. And thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate your time.